for some reason you find yourself not muted, please make sure that you mute your mic. And without wasting much time, I want to welcome Alfred to do the introduction, and then we'll hand over to Stanislaw. Okay, over to you, Alfred.
Thank you very much, and welcome everyone that has just joined. As you all know, we launched preventive maintenance on the 17th of January. So this session is, we want to take it as a feedback session to gather your feedback for those that have played around with the solution, and also as a reminder for those that missed the launch. So we're going to go, I'm not going to bore you with a lot of PowerPoint, but the main objective is for Stan to excite you with what we have in the solution. So just confirm if you can see my screen, and then I can proceed.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Thank you very much. So our agenda, we're going to start off with the introduction. We go into why asset maintenance is important, what asset maintenance or variations. We jump into preventive maintenance. We also look at the preventive maintenance frequently asked questions. We then jump into the demonstration, and that will be followed by the Q&A. So for those that do not know me, my name is Alfred Nira, and I'm based in Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm the Global Product Manager for this preventive maintenance. I also am the Regional Product Manager for Sage X3, as well as SDMO. Today with me is Stan, who's a part of the product delivery team. Stan, do you want to just introduce yourself?
Yes. Thank you very much, Alfred. Yes, my name is Stan. I'm operating from Poland, and in fact, I share my time between two roles. I'm managing with services team in Poland, and also a custom development group, the team who is dedicated to create and maintain add-ons in regular way, and not only delivered in the Poland or European region, but globally for all Sage markets. And preventive maintenance is the example of such add-on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stan. So without wasting much of your time, I'm going to go straight. So why is asset maintenance important? When we look at asset maintenance, we see that it affects every asset as well as every employee who uses that asset. So it is essential that we develop a strategy to keep the equipment working. As a result of having that strategy, you will be paid off with a healthier equipment. And as a result, lowering your cost-inducing efficiencies. And last but not the least, you also have more productive teams. Then what is asset maintenance? Asset maintenance is the work that keeps your asset running with minimal downtime. That could be as a result of a regular scheduled service, routine checks, emergency repairs, or it could be both scheduled or the unplanned maintenance. Now, taking a look at the types of asset maintenance, we have on one hand, we have reactive maintenance, where repairs are often done when the asset has already reached failure. We have routine maintenance, where it involves the testing, the lubricating, and the replacement, to name just a few. Then we go on to preventive maintenance, where you regularly schedule with the intention to identify problems and repair them prior to them escalating. Then we also have the condition-based, which is monitoring your asset condition to identify any problems and therefore repairing them. Then we have also a run to fail, which means you are letting a piece of equipment run until it breaks down, then you start repairing it. Followed by corrective maintenance, where work gets done to ensure that the asset gets back into proper working order. We also have a predictive maintenance, where it uses data analysis to identify operational anomalies and potential equipment failure. And last but not the least, we also have a prescriptive. In this instance, the maintenance is automated using the machine learning as well as artificial intelligence. Then going on to preventive maintenance. What is it that preventive maintenance is? It is the regular and routine servicing and maintenance of equipment and assets to keep them running smoothly, remain compliant with applicable regulations, and prevent costly downtime of unexpected equipment failure. So what is our value proposition in terms of preventive maintenance? So it is for small to medium organizations that want to manage their assets in real time. Preventive maintenance is a complete integrated business management solution that reduces equipment downtime and lengthens the life of valuable assets. Unlike other preventive maintenance solutions, our solution increases productivity and efficiency through fewer interruptions to critical operations by computing regular service intervals, and helps business to remain compliant with health and safety regulations and reduces workplace injuries. But the key value to partners is that preventive maintenance is part of the core framework of SAGE X3, allowing for extensibility, unlike when you're dealing with the ISVs. Now let's look at the customer benefits where preventive maintenance comes in. So we're looking at improved productivity. Statistics show that poor maintenance can reduce companies' production capacity by 20%. So by meeting these maintenance requirements, you can prevent this fall in productivity as well as reducing the downtime to enable greater efficiency. Then looking at the greater equipment lifespan, by making sure your equipment runs according to guidelines, it will help improve the lifespan of your asset. Then thirdly, regulatory compliance. It is always important that you stay legally compliant with documented processes as well as audit trails. That could be here for the food and beverage. It could be in chemicals. A good example is your ISO 9001, your FDA, your SHA, and as well as your EHS in terms of being compliant. So with the preventive, it will help you to ensure that you remain compliant. Reducing costs. It is again estimated that running a piece of equipment to failure can cost 10 times as much as performing periodic maintenance as a result of unexpected downtimes. Then going on to reduced energy consumption, poorly maintained electric assets tend to use more energy than those that are functioning efficiently. Improve safety. Maintaining assets prevents potential dangers to failure. Improves your health and safety, mitigates against injury and associated liability. And last but not the least, we're looking at the improved customer experience. Ability to offer more flexibility in operations, improve ability to promise, as well as help boost customer satisfaction. Then also why preventive maintenance? Looking at the lens from SAGE as well as business partner. So it's an opportunity to have additional opportunity for incremental annual recurring revenue. Don't leave money on the table. Improve customer experience through delivery of intuitive customer-focused solution extensions. Again, it's an opportunity for you to cross-sell into your install base, participate in opportunities and RFPs that are currently we are currently qualified out. Build stickiness with clients through building out the Sage solution with additional capabilities. Deliver deep industry functionality to further cement credibility in the sector. Help defend accounts from competitor prospecting. Last but not the least, support customer in their digital transformation and cloud journey. Then looking now into the types of preventive maintenance where we zone in, you saw the variations. Now this is where we zone in. So we have a usage based. This is usually triggered by utilization of an asset. This type of maintenance considers the average daily usage or exposure to environmental conditions of an asset, and it uses it to focus the due date for failure, inspection, maintenance, task. A good example would be your photocopier, or it could be even the car that you drive. Then we look at condition calendar time based, occurs at scheduled time based on your calendar interval. This maintenance action is triggered when the due date approaches and necessary work orders have been created. Moving over to predictive, designed to schedule corrective maintenance actions before any failure occurs. This is what each and every company is striving for. Then we have a condition-based. This forms part of proactive maintenance, and its maintenance strategy is to monitor the actual condition of an asset to determine what maintenance tasks should be performed. So as you can see, we've got a lot that we cover, but a lot of this is going to be unpacked by Stan as he goes into the application. So just quickly, an overview of what this preventive maintenance, it will allow you to define and follow your equipment history and schedule of reviews, define resources with skill, automatic and manual launching of preventive maintenance job tickets, the tracking of the job tickets, as well as reporting non-conformance, costing and posting of preventive maintenance job tickets, define and enter measurements, as well as record technical sheets. So when should we use preventive maintenance? So here I've got when it's suitable and when it's not suitable. Usually it's suitable when you have failure modes that can be prevented and not increased with regular maintenance. Have a likelihood of failure that increases with time or usage, and also are critical to production operations, health, and safety. And on the other hand, when is it not applicable is when you have random failures that are unrelated to maintenance. Having said that, we're talking of preventive maintenance, but there's also the unplanned maintenance, which you can just now execute a job cut, and Stan is going to also unpack that. Then you have a scenario where it does not serve as critical function. And lastly, it is costly to repair than running the machine to failure. Then quickly jumping into the FAQs, what version of Sage X3 does preventive maintenance work with? It will only work from 2023 R2 and newer versions. So it will not be compatible with earlier versions. Is preventive maintenance an ISV product or SAGE offering? You've heard when I started the conversation, it is a part and parcel of our core offering. It is part of our DNA. It's not an ISV. How much does Sage X3 preventive maintenance cost? Again, contact your local sales team. And how is it licensed? It is part and parcel of the standard license key, which will activate the MMP activity code. How is it delivered and supported? It follows the normal channel that you follow with the rest of X3, where you log your tickets with the local support, and then that is then channeled to the right resources. Who can be contacted when it comes to sales-related questions? Contact your local sales team. What is required to install preventive maintenance? Sage X3 2023 R2 and newer with activated manufacturing module. How do I record functional enhancements? Again, this is through your local support team, and then that will be channeled to the product management team. And how often is this released? It follows the release cadence of X3, which is biannual. So we have the next release, which is going to be in April, and then it will be followed by another release in October. Which regions is the product available? So on the 17th, we launched it into UKI as well as Africa, Middle East. It was already available in North America. What languages does the product support? So we currently have English, Spanish, French and Portuguese will be available later on as we progress. Some of the collateral that you can find is we have on the sales portal. You can find the information that relates to preventive maintenance. Now, in terms of our use case, before I hand over to Stan, is we are going to be looking at an air condition, and just as a guidance in terms of how we can actually manage in this industry. So just a checklist of the AC maintenance. So we have number one, change the air filters. So replacing an air filter can lower your AC's energy consumption by 5 to 15%. Checking your thermostat. This sets your temperature and ensures that your home is at a desired temperature throughout the day. Then you have number three, tighten the electrical connections. Checking should ensure that all the other components are connected. Then number four, if you program your AC unit to cool but it feels hot, then it might mean that your refrigerant lines may be clogged or leaking. Number five, your evaporator coil absorbs the heat inside your home and allows you to stay cool. So this is just a rundown. I'm not going to go into detail, but Stan is going to go into detail with that. So without wasting much of the time, I'm going to hand over to Stan to take us and excite us with the solution. Thank you very much for being part of this solution so far. Stan, okay. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I will share my screen. Okay, tell me when you can see it. It should be available for you. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much, Alfred, for this introduction. So about the preventive maintenance, of course, preventive maintenance we can use using classical X3 V12 menu, but I think the best way to understand the logic and to use it for the next presentation is this graphical process, which is part of the delivered product. Yes, so it's not delivered separately. My presentation, I will start from showing you the parameterization a little bit of the preventive maintenance, and then we will jump to the process. So in the preventive maintenance, in the first step, we need to define equipment. And the equipment is our machine, or in our case, as Alfred presented, will be air condition. Here we have a basic information about the equipment, like description, like fixed asset number, like model number, location, serial number, and the status. Below there are two tables, but I will back to these tables later. The relation with the fixed assets right now in the current version is I can say quite light. I mean there is a possibility to enter the number of fixed assets, but there is no integration between those two parts of X3.
Which dates?
Yes, there wasn't a question. Okay.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I think someone just unmuted themselves.
Okay, no problem. So let's continue. In next function, I defined the resources, the employee who had the defined set of skills. For example, Jack Smith have a general skill. Jack Sparrow has mechanical and hydraulic skill with effective date, expiration date, and information about the cost center for the cost proposals. So we can define here our employees. Yes. Next part is the maintenance task. And this is exactly what Alfred showed on the presentation. We have air count maintenance service with the set of steps which have to be done in every review of air conditioner. Here we defining the times for each operation, the description, the required skills, and so on. Of course, during the execution of maintenance, we can consume some components. And keeping the same example, it's meant 09. In this case, we plan to change our filter and refuel some aircon liquid, or the gas. Yes, so this part. And here, on this stage, we have defined all service. I mean, all pack of the service, the routing of the service, the components, and on which equipment and by who it will be done. Here we have the set of the functions, and in fact, this is the standard X3 behavior of the software. So we have to define products, assignment with the product site, product cost, and nothing spectacular. Here I will only show you the, for example, 48. That was with the. Okay, but this is the standard product screen of X3, and here I have a definition of my filter and the liquid. Also here in the product function, I have to define my service. Okay, now when the setting is complete, I will back for a second to the equipment, because here in the lower table, you can define the schedule of review. So use it for the plant review of all equipment. Here you can put the line manually or using the multiply task, define or multiply the highlighted line for the every 7 day, every month, every year, or something like this. Yes, so this is for the plant review. When it's done, we go to this function job automatic release. Okay, and here you are able to launch job tickets according to the review, or here you can choose manually line. Yes, here on the red you have the service which are obsolete, so it's overdue. And here I have a maintenance service of my aircon. So I will choose it. I will hit OK. And job ticket has been created. Yeah. This is it. The job tickets is very similar to the work order. For people who know 6.3, you can see that the many functions are used from the standard, or it looks very similar to the standard. In fact, it is the standard function adjusted for the preventive maintenance purposes. Here in the job ticket, we can define the service, component list, and the task which have to be executed during delivering this action. In the next time, I'm film my job ticket. I am able to make some printouts. I do the allocation for my components. Done. And if everything is okay, I can go to the job ticket tracking. This function is very similar to the work order tracking. So at the one time, I can able to track task, maintenance, and component. I will choose new site, job ticket, 54. Yeah, and according to the routing, I have all operations, maintenance, and component. Of course, I am able to adjust some times and report real times. Okay, I will save it. Additionally, in this step, the user can report non-conformance behavior. For example, during reviewing the air condition, he observed a leakage. And here, I'm able to report such non-conformance behavior. The non-conformance record was created with reference to the job ticket tracking. So every time you can define the link between non-conformance and job tracking, and you can save it. The rest of behavior, how you operate with such non-conformance, is the standard Sage X3 behavior. Yeah. The rest of the functions are the same as in the standard management of work orders. So user can make a job ticket close and cost finalization. The way how job tickets or the maintenance services are costing is very similar to the costing of work orders. Yes. Additionally, maybe right now I will show you the example, because I showed you the example how to make a plant, how to manage with the plant service management. But right now I will show you the way how to use preventive maintenance for the unplanned review. Yes. So here I have the product, the service, unplanned maintenance with one operation. unplanned maintenance, and with component list, which right now it's only text, so there is no component. But when I launching such job ticket for the unplanned, here I am able to choose the reason count. For example, breakdown. Now I choosing my product. Yep, unplanned maintenance, quantity 1. Date, today. Job bomb coated routing count has been uploaded, and I have a component, and from this level, okay, few printouts. Now we go to the components, and I am able to add unexpected material. So it is unplanned, so nobody knows what has been broken at the beginning of work of making such preventive maintenance review. But during on this stage, the user can add any kind of unexpected material. For example, it will be my filter. Okay. So I uploaded, save. It's filmed, so allocation. And the rest of the steps is quite similar to the process which I showed you a few minutes ago. So nothing unexpected will happen here. The next function which I would like to show today is the management and execution of measurement. So at the beginning, I will show you a little bit about definition. So I have a site, of course, equipment, and the way how I will enter the measurement. Yeah, so here I have a group, and I can it's freely defined by the user. It could be an hour, cycles, oil level, or whatever kilometers, or whatever unit you would like to use. And I'm defining the measurement interval. In this case, it means that I will show you shortly, but I will report the usage of this air condition. And when I jump over 1000, the system will create the suggestion of making a preventive maintenance review. Yeah. In the next step, I go to the enter measurement. I'm defining the site. Here I have a list of all measurement, and I will report 120 hours done. And when I will back to this, 120 hours has appeared here. Yes. So in every usage, every kilometer, every cycle of the machine, we are able to report behavior. So for example, here we have a threshold of 10. So when we exceed this 10, the suggestion of job ticket has been created, as you can see here. Additionally, during the definition of maintenance task in operation, you are able to define technical sheet. This is the standard technical sheet when you can define the questions, and when during the execution, user will enter the answers. So here you have the function when you are able to define technical review. This is the number of the tracking number, and for each you have technical sheet, and you can define according to the defined rules. Yeah. So from my perspective, I'll show you briefly the functionality of preventive maintenance with the highlighting of all functions. As you can see, this preventive maintenance is deep integrated and deeply use the functionality of standard X3 function, especially manufacturing module. Yes. So for the person who knows X3 and manufacturing module, to learn this preventive maintenance, they really need 2 hours. Half of the day is absolutely maximum. Yes. To this preventive maintenance, we deliver in the pack quite detailed user guide. It's about 40 pages, how to parameterize it, how to use it, what field mean what. So it's really easy to start playing with this module, with this add-on. Yeah. So that's all from my side. Any questions?
Thank you very much, Stan.
Hi, this is Mani here. Can I ask questions directly to you? Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Yes. So this preventive maintenance, can it be used for normal job manufacturing as well?
We have to think about the logic. What do you mean inside manufacturing work order?
Okay, you talked about non-plant maintenance, which means that you can create a job, but you don't know what component you need. You may not know what work you need to do in the job. So you will create an unplanned maintenance task and you'll start the job.
Yeah.
While doing the job, you will issue material, you will issue tasks, you will track all that and arrive at a cost. And then, so if I am imagining that I'm having a car repair shop, I'm bringing a vehicle into the country, into my shop, and I open an unplanned repair. I don't, that's the only problem is that car is not registered in my asset register as an asset. Somebody else's car. It is not my car, it is my customer's car.
So,
are you getting my?
Yes. So I think to be clear, the preventive maintenance, it's for your own equipment.
I understand
It's not for your customers where you bill.
I know, but if I create a generic asset called the car, and I don't care, it's his customer's car or my car, if I'm able to create a job ticket on it, I can bill him. Because the customer is only interested in the bill for the work I did for him.
So what we're trying to say is there is no automatic billing from completion of a job ticket. If you want to do it manually, yes, you're more than welcome to do it, but it's not linked.
I see. So the costing does not create. So the cost only goes to the costing account. Is it? How does the end cost? What's the behavior of the end cost?
It's similar to on your manufacturing side, where you have your work in progress being created, as well as the material that is being consumed on the components.
So it doesn't have a billing cycle. So, but I can I create? No, I'm not creating any finished good also. Correct?
It's just a service component. So
It's
I
just a
think the
service component.
beauty about it being part and parcel of Sage X3 DNA, there could be some development that you can do in there to extend the billing part. So you can say as soon as the job has been tracked, then automatically it must also trigger billing.
Yeah,
it's
I
something
feel,
that could be.
yeah, because when I see it, that will be a very large expansion for this, because this currently it's only good for people who are having equipment and who are having a manufacturing company and who are doing manufacturing of X3. But there are so many customers who are into just services.
Maybe I add something to this discussion, because in the last week I have a discussion with one partner who have customer who make who is owned ski lift, yes, and in fact this company is only using this ski lift, and they, after some discussion and analysis of potential of this add-on, we can use this module because in this particular case, customer is using manufacturing module not to create value, but to maintaining the lift ski. Yes. So the key point here is that it's when we would like to use this preventive maintenance, we have to think in the more manufacturing way, yes, but it does not mean that we have to use manufacturing model to create main value, let's say, yes. The logic is very similar, yes. And of course, and Alfred mentioned about this, for customer have to have activated manufacturing model, yes. So if manufacturing model is activated, and if we can use this logic, we don't have to use manufacturing itself.
Okay, Stan, we will have a separate call on this. I will take your email ID from this process and then I'll talk to you. My name is Mani. I am from Dubai. I will send you a note on the separately on this. Okay. Alfred, maybe you can share my ID to him. Then I can connect with him also, because we have a customer who's a manufacturing company who is using manufacturing. And I can see they can use this, but the case is exactly not just only preventive. They have other elements as well.
Yeah, I think let's try to confine our questions to the camera present discussion. So Mani, I think you are more than welcome to reach out after this presentation. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see this. Albe, your hand is up. You can unmute yourself. Thanks.
Thanks, appreciate it. I just want to, if you can put up the presentation again, or the dashboard of Sage, I just want to see the relation to each of those objects to the standard X3 manufacturing objects. Is the equipment basically the bill of material as we know it in Sage, or is it a separate master?
Okay, I will back to share my screen, because then I think, yeah, you are asking about this part, yes?
Correct, yeah. So the equipment, if we go into the equipment, that is obviously the individual vehicles the customer has, correct? So you will have thousands of these.
Yeah. Okay. So this is, let's say this object is new, yes. However, this is standard, and of course this is standard, yes. So for example, here when I have a component list, I have BAM code 9, yes, and it shows that it is we use. So we cannot use 9 for the different purpose, yes, in our case. So this is part of the standard. Yes,
and that was your bill of materials in Sage.
Yeah,
okay.
And it is stored in the same tables from technical point of view.
And maintenance tasks are your typical routings and operations.
Exactly. Yes.
So you can use your component list on the same, or multiple component lists on the same equipment.
Yeah.
Okay. Which associate the maintenance tasks.
This is rather related to the maintenance, yes, and the same maintenance tasks you can use to the numbers of equipments, yes.
Okay, I see the relation.
Yeah, these parts are related, yes, because component list is according to the product, and maintenance is related to the product. Different one, but okay. This one, yes. And this one is, for example, during the parameterization of the schedule, you're defining here the product, yes. But the same product you can use in the different equipment. Okay.
Or different ones, obviously in the schedule below.
Yeah. Of course,
okay.
of course. Yes. I have such mix here, for example. Oh, even yeah. Here you have 5 and 2. Yeah.
Perfect.
Hmm.
And I mean, we spoke about machine learning and those type of things. If equipment comes in for whatever reason for unplanned maintenance, a breakdown, is there a way to see that in the next week it needs to come into preventative maintenance and combine those? Because obviously the downtime you want to limit. You don't want to send in a vehicle today for a breakdown and then next week it comes down for or back for preventative maintenance. You want to do it all at once. Is there some grouping or
No,
you know,
no. In current status, current functionality, we don't have such capability.
okay, so it's going to take the equipment out of service on a breakdown as well as a preventative maintenance that's soon up or soon due.
I mean, of course, you can launch your job ticket, planned job ticket, a little bit faster. Yes, if something goes wrong, you don't have to wait until next week. Yes, if you have all components and the skills on the board, then you can start it. But this is rather manual process than showing by the software.
Another one with regards to the measurements. Sorry, I've got a lot of questions. Thinking about a vehicle, it's scheduled to go for maintenance service every 10,000. But we typically find in the industry, if a vehicle came in at 9,000, because it's not always exact, the next 10,000 is calculated from the last date of service or kilometers serviced. So will it then trigger preventative maintenance on 20,000 or 19,000?
Here is fixed number, yes. So if I have here 10,000, so it's every 1,000, yes. But you can every time adjust it.
But it's going to be different per vehicle. Okay, I see.
But you can define such setup for each equipment separately, yes.
But it will be manual, so it won't automatically track the point of the last service, and then there's a new schedule for the next preventative maintenance.
Yeah. Okay, because from my perspective, preventive maintenance is a huge subject. It's a really huge subject, yes, because we can think about small manufacturing company with 2, 3, 5 equipment on one hand, and from the other hand, we can think about. I remember in my experience when I work in the different vendor, we speak about the preventive maintenance, the Gazprom infrastructure. Yes, so it's huge. Yes, thousands of pipelines, thousands of valves, and so on. So, and preventive maintenance is everything between those two sites. Yes, so and this module is complete, ready to use, and market product, but it's not cover all cases in this subject.
Perfect. I think it's just to understand what type of industry we should be thinking of when presenting this, and which ones to step away from, because we know it's not geared towards those industries. So it sounds like vehicles it doesn't cover as the typical industry requirements, but fixed equipment or something else it might work for.
Can I just come in there? I mean, I usually take my vehicle. It's 15,000, but like you rightfully said, there are some instances where I take it early, but they will not reset so that it starts counting from the earlier. It will still maintain the 15,000. All they do is to adjust on the meter read on the meter inside the car to just say this is when you're next. But on the maintenance sort of book, it still maintains the 15,000.
Correct. But if you service your vehicle on 9,000 and it's due for service every 10,000, You can't take your vehicle in at 20,000 because you're exceeding your 10,000 vehicle service interval.
Yes,
so you'll lose your warranty.
That's the part where they just reset in your car for the reminder, but on their records, even though you've taken it early, it will still be under the 10,000.
Correct. Yeah, I'm not talking about a service center because they don't worry if you lose your warranty. So if we use this module to present a preventative solution, we can't rely on manual entry to go and say reset this number, and if somebody forgets that vehicle, it might overrun that service interval. But it's fine.
Sorry, and Alfred. Sorry there are some other hands that are up. I want to make sure that we give as much. We get more questions through, but I think it's noted what you are raising. Maybe it's something that is worth considering in as this project is actually still evolving. So we would want also maybe that to be considered as part of the next phase of the development. Let's go to AGL. I think after AGL, we'll come to Raul and then Rebecca. And then Alfred, in the meantime, if you can also look at there are some questions on the chat, then we'll take the questions on the chat after these three. So let's have these three, and then we'll answer the questions on the chat, and then we do a conclusion. Thank you.
So most of them I'm actually responding to them.
Oh, is it? Okay, AGL.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Just a quick one. My name is Lawal. What's the relationship or how properly tied is this preventive maintenance model with the asset model? Because I know that when you are doing preventive maintenance, you refer to the assets on one of the screen. But do you have all the information of the service updated on the assets model, which is question one? Then two, if you have unscheduled or unplanned maintenance, let's say you change a major component on an equipment that you also need to capitalize, how does that work with the fixed asset model? Thank you.
Oh, I think on that one you had not yet joined the call. That was something that Stan raised. The solution is not yet fully linked with the fixed assets. It's something that we are considering on the roadmap, but currently there is no link between the fixed assets and preventive.
Yep, and answering on your second questions, preventive maintenance, it's rather for review and replacing the parts which are used during working, for example, like knives on the manufacturing on the parts. If you do the modernization of fixed asset, it shouldn't be done by preventive maintenance module. Yes, modernization is something which is not part of preventive maintenance, especially in understanding of this of the logic of this add-on. Yes, so every task submitted by preventive maintenance would not increase the value of original fixed asset.
Okay, so if, let's say, on a vehicle, you need to replace a gearbox and the value of that replacement needs to be capitalized, you are saying that you should not do it on the preventive maintenance function?
Yeah. And a little bit answering on the last Alfred's question, because he asked to what time of industry we see the preventive maintenance. Yes, and as Alfred presented, we are rather focusing on the small and medium manufacturing component. This is our goal. Yes, and to use this model to make a preventive review of equipment used by manufacturing component. This is our target goal and target industry. So for sure, not companies who owned or who deliver cars for the market. Yes.
Okay,
No,
thank
it
you.
could also be what they have
I think
internally.
Lawal,
Okay.
we have to interrupt you there. Let's just hear the two questions. I'm cognizant of the time. So Rao and then Rebecca, if you can just restrict maybe one question per person. And then if you feel you still have more questions to ask, please feel free to make use of the chat. And then what we'll do is we'll collate all the questions that you have put in the chat, and then we'll do a Q&A, and then send the answers on that to everyone who joined this call. So don't feel left out. If you still have some other follow-up questions and stuff like that, please make use of the chat, ask your questions, and then we'll answer them after this presentation. Rao?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Y.S. Rao. I think you answered my question on the chart itself. Particularly, I just want to understand how the MRP works here when you have job tickets created based on the preventive maintenance schedule. Will the system takes care of the availability of the spare parts or the consumables that are required to cater to all the job parts, job tickets? And is it also automatically creating the job tickets based on the schedule and also raising or suggesting the purchase requisitions for the spare parts and consumables that are required to be purchased based on the schedule itself? Obviously, it is exactly working on the production kind of a module. So there is a work order, you have a demand like work orders, and when you run MRP, it gives you a suggestion for all your subsequent work orders and also the procurement related purchase requisitions and POs, right? Will it happen exactly on the similar lines?
Sorry, we said one
maintenance?
question. We said one question. So let's the team answer the first part, whether suggestions are going to be raised in purchase orders. I think let's answer that part in the first part.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes, definitely. That will be it. It's treated similar to your normal inventory, because these are your components, and also it depends on the parameters that you've specified. So the same way that demand is suggested, it is also taken into account.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So feel free to make use of the chat. Like I said, ask more questions there, and then everything will be answered. Okay, it's just that on this platform we are constrained for time. Our last question is Rebecca.
Yes, good afternoon. My question is there direct correlation between the equipment and the work center? Because you had said that it's supposed to assist in manufacturing. The reason I'm asking that is if an equipment is going through maintenance, then it's not supposed to be available for production tracking. I hope that's clear.
Thank you very much. So the way it works is it's not mandatory that you have a work center on your equipment, but there are some instances where you want to, like for example, if that maintenance requires another machine to maintain another machine, yes, you can attach it. That you can see on the maintenance task. That's where you can attach a work center, or you can leave it out. But yeah, you can work with or without. I hope it's clear.
My question was, is it still going to be available? The work center, is it going to be available for production if it's under maintenance?
Okay, I will answer in a little bit. Work center and equipment are two different tools, because here we have relation with work center, but only for cost purposes. Yes, in other words, preventive maintenance takes rates from work orders, for example, per 1 hour or something like this. Yes, ability on or inability of work center doesn't make any impact here.
Okay.
I hope I answered on your question.
Yes, I hope you consider it in the upgrade.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I think I'm just I don't know any last words. I think we did answer most of the or all the questions that were posted on the chat. If your question was not answered, we'll take it offline and then we will do a Q&A and then send it the link with the questions to all of you. So I don't know any last words from Alfred and you, Stan?
Thank you very much for everyone that is attended. So our plea to you is let's have this hit the markets. I know it's not 100%, but once we have it in the market, then we can start building a roadmap where we can start adding those features. It becomes a bit difficult to add features when we have not sold any unit. So I think that's my plea from myself. And once again, thank you very much for your dedication and your support. Stan?
Yeah, no problem. If you have any questions, feel free.
Okay, thank you. So it just leaves me to thank all of you for joining this presentation, where we every month we look at a different topic and invite different experts in that area to give their input and their thoughts on that topic. So thank you once again all for joining, and thank you to Alfred and Stan. Hope to see you again in future presentations next month. We will send the survey through a link. Please do take time to complete the survey. We want to hear from you, and your info or your input is very much appreciated. Thank you once again, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.